Go ahead and you can start the recap, Moriarty.
Okay, so last session was session 4, commencing on the 18th of November. So Constance discovered the schematics for the uh, Signarian Jacks, which are illegal, and if Garrick Barton, which is the guy who employed us and the town guard leader captain, if he wants it, then he's probably breaking the law. So Corvus finds a contact, Miss Islam Hartcliffe, at a bar while she's getting yelled at by the bartender Jeff, and Corvus asks her to help track down the wagon, where Leto, the dwarf mechanic, and his human apprentice left in. They will meet at the East City Gate after he comes back to the warehouse and tells the rest of the party. So Moriarty looks through the papers he retrieved from the workshop and finds a note indicating Leto's next point of travel, which is probably Leto's mine shaft right outside of town, about a few hours away. We also hear the guards say, as we are approaching the gates, that they saw the crucibles burst out of town and completely destroying the posts and stuff like that, even shoving and injuring a few civilians. So we know that there's running after somebody. We track them, the tracks and stuff, to an ambush, a very likely ambush spot, where we notice wood splinters everywhere and a dwarf mechanic lying dead in the corner with a bullet wound. He was not robbed, as most of his possessions that are of value are still intact. So yeah, like a few drinking bottles and stuff like that, even some notes and stuff, so personal stuff. We are unable to confirm its identity, so we're not sure if it's Leto. Uh, we head towards the mine shaft. Now, taking a more careful approach, we see a damaged carriage. The horses look injured from crashing into walls. There's scrapes and stuff on all over their body, so it's likely that they were the horses in the ambush spot. And there's blood everywhere on the floor. We follow the blood prints on the wall deep inside the cave. Um, we chose the path in the middle. There's three cave entries, and we chose the one in the middle. We see, uh, so we go deep, we venture deep into the cave system, and uh, after we cross the bridge and take a corner, we see the human apprentice lying dead on the ground, right next to a crate. So Morty and Corvus inspect the body while Cal pokes the crate, triggering something inside. A green flame ignites, flares up, and as the crate is opened, it is revealed to be a Syrixian, Syrixian? Crixian?
Crixian.
Crixian core. Yes, Crixian core. Sorry, bad handwriting. Overflowing with necrotic energy, and it somehow awakened the nearby corpses, such as the bats and the cats and stuff like that. Was it cats? Just a bunch of dead wild animals to attack us, and that included the dead human apprentice. We tried fending off them, and while we were fighting, a tiny bone jack appeared and it started to attack us. This is our first time fighting a jack, and we will be continuing our our current session right in combat. That's about the recap. Did I miss anything?
Nope, that is pretty good. So you're
All
inside the
right.
cave. You have found the body of the apprentice to the dead Leto Ironside that was left kind of in a little crevice along the trail. The apprentice, Victor Borlock, is here bleeding out, his chest cavity open from himself, digging out his own intestines from him being under the influence of the Crixian device that has called one of the bone jacks to its aid, which is what you're currently fighting right now. So, we left off in the middle of combat. We're now going to resume today's session. Inside this darkly lit tunnel, illuminated by the green glowing light that comes off of the bone jack, as well as the cortex that was inside the box that was, well, unfortunately not a Signarin Vortex cortex, but a very, very bad one. Alright. Remember to open the combat tracker. Also, I did get everyone adventure cards, so I'm not going to leave the room today, though. If you want to actually discuss what you got, I'm going to show you how to do a bit of navigation, and by doing some text messaging to each other in Fantasy Grounds. So the best way to actually send messages, now I can't read these, the best way to send messages is to type out in chat what you want to say, and then drag that chat to the top left portrait of the person you want to send it to.
Okay. I was wondering, last time you did say something that, if it was a card that you discarded to draw more cards, we shouldn't use it. Are we doing the same thing this week?
We're not going to use those, yeah.
Okay, in that case, hear this again for the third time.
You just love getting that
I think
card,
this
don't
card...
you? Who's with you and always getting that damn card?
I don't know, but it loves me. It knows I'm going to use it.
Alright, give me another one.
Okay, thank you.
Is it the exact same card?
Yeah.
No, it is not.
I think it's the first one I ever played was.
Yeah, no, the first one I had, this is the third time I've had this particular card.
Yeah, it is ridiculous.
Oh no.
Alright.
Paul.
What's up?
It says that the Savage Iron Kings, it's offline for some reason.
It should not be.
Huh. Yeah, I just can't
You know
seem
it's
to
offline,
join.
but you can double click it and get in.
Yup. There's a bit of trouble. Huh. God, big problem. If I'm not at the start of the turn, which is unlikely, you guys can continue.
Well,
Like,
since you're here, I'll
just
just ask you what you want to do. As it is, look, the combat tracker, by clicking the double cross swords at the top right, we go to the first top of round 3, which is Corvus. It is on you. We see Shorty and Moriarty next to the Bone Jack, and this thing is a bit damaged by, I believe it was Shorty that just smashed this thing, but it is still standing. It's a little vulnerable right now, which means you get +2 to hit this thing, which is pretty good, until it gets to its turn and to remove both status effects. But right now, you have Smite still on your weapons. Corvus, what would you like to do?
Alright then. Casting Smite again would be like a negative penalty to everything, on top of a -1.
Let me ask the question, why would you want to?
It's only on one of my guns, isn't it?
It is currently on only one of your guns. Now, there is an option. I'm not sure if we talked about it last session. We might have not, since I think this was your first or second session. I think the second session last week. But
I think we did mention it. Should you cast it on both if you use more power points?
Yes.
Okay. I do not know that. I remember that now. Note for future reference, I'm just going to take, well, if that's the case, I'm just going to take a shot. So I'm firing at -1 +2, right? So +1? Am I correct?
Real quick, you wanted to fire both weapons?
Yes, I have the traits for it, remember?
I do believe you do. You got the ambidextrous as well as the two-gun kid. So both shots will be at no penalty. So go ahead and just target the beast, which you have, and go ahead and go to the combat tab of your sheet and roll the hit with your first weapon.
Okay, so here comes the first pistol. Oh, that's damage. That's damage.
Well, we do know it's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt it. So
Yeah, sorry. I'll roll the attack.
you could get a raise too. So you could actually get a d6. It is a raise. Go ahead and roll a d6 real quick. We'll see what happens. We'll combine this. So here's what happens. So you did 10 damage originally, but with the 3, you actually get above its toughness, which means you actually do wound it 1 time.
And I also have a -2 on it because I have piercing on my smite weapons, don't I? This is my gun with the smite.
It
Not
has
applied for
the
some-
piercing quality.
Yes, I spent some points on it to give it the piercing.
Alright,
If I
let's do
recall.
this.
I know I had spent a total of 2 power points to give it piercing.
Let's check real quick and see how much piercing it gives it. That's the wrong one.
It costs 1 power point, right? And then 1 power point to give it piercing, or?
Well, if you go by your actual character right now, power, you're at 8 out of 10, which means you use 2 power points. So I'm going to say you cast it was 2 power points. So for right now, we're going to go ahead, even with the base of the arm piercing, it's not good enough to do more damage. You did do damage, but not enough. We'll just go ahead and do more about this to clear this up after this fight. Or if you want to, you can next round actually drop and redo Smite. We'll keep it at 8 your power points right now. But as it is, you did do damage to it, but not enough to actually kill the thing quite yet.
Alright then, so I'm just going to make my second shot then.
Right, go for it.
Not a +1 actually, but... Oh.
You hit, so...
I think it's going to kill it. No. It's just going to unharm it.
Yep, so second shot rings out and it just hits the armor of the Bonejack. But you do see that it has, your first shot actually did damage. Part of the plating was damaged by it, but this thing is still standing. All right, Corvus, go ahead and pass your turn, please.
Yes. All right then. So that would be the weird end turn button.
You can also drag that little button to your hotkey bar. So, Kel is on you.
Okay, so after tossing a grenade and crushing a bunch of the rats, Cal will, shoulder his rifle, then dash over here to try to blast this Bonejack in the face.
Right. Cal, you come running over.
Okay, so I, take out my pistol. It's a +2. Is that automatically included?
For its vulnerable?
Yes.
Yes, it's automatically included.
Okay, so in that case, I'll just take the mage lock and shoot it with my mighty shot and see if I hit.
That is a hit. That is a hit.
No race, but yeah, it will have to do. So let's see the damage.
That is not bad at all. All right, so big shot rings out, strikes the thing in the chest. More parts of the boiler get damaged, and actually at that will destroy it. And so, Cal, you come in and you ring off the shot, and it strikes into the chest cavity of the Bonejack, and it immediately gives off a bit of steam from its own body, laced with a bit of green particle matter, and it just collapses to the floor of the mine. It has been defeated.
Nice.
Bloody hell. We have the chance. We should probably destroy that damn thing. He points to the
Destroy it? But why? We hired to retrieve it, not destroy it.
Still dangerous. I don't know why he wants it, but it's not good.
So
we're not paid to ask questions. We're paid to deliver it.
So here's one thing that all you would know without even having to roll common knowledge for. The fact that you have a Crixian cortex, this thing, if you bring it to the city, would immediately be a death penalty to all of you. Most likely, if you look at what happened with Constance and what's happening, they thought this was not a Crixian cortex, and they thought it was a Signarin one. And having a Signarin one could be bad in its own way, even though he does work for the military. Having a Crixian one does essentially draw undead to it for one thing. It also corrupts everything around it. So actually what Shorty has is correct. Now I don't have to, I'm not going to tell you to go ahead and do it, but he didn't know what this was. He didn't know it was a Crixian cortex. So carrying this thing around is highly dangerous.
That's
It's like walking around with like plutonium, essentially.
I don't like dealing with foul magic like that. Oh, fancy.
Yeah, this is straight death magic.
Yeah.
Well, we were supposed to take it to the guy, right?
Yes,
The
and on the
magic's
other
not
hand,
a joke,
illegal or dangerous or corrupting or not, we are high. We need this man. He hired us to bring it to him.
Well,
Quick out of character note: were we supposed to bring it to him or to someone else?
we were supposed to drop it off at warehouse on 4th Street, and we're gonna deposit there, and there's gonna be guards who are probably gonna pick it up. Not directly delivering it it's not a direct delivery.
So real quick, we'll make
no,
it,
like
we'll make it
he-
finalized. Everyone, go ahead and give me a common knowledge roll.
All right. If he knew what it was, that would change things.
He doesn't. And I want to see real quick, based on the common knowledge rolls, I'll give some information. We'll just make it mechanically finalized.
Okay.
Paul, do you mind rolling for
Yeah,
me?
I can roll for you. Absolutely.
Thank you.
You still haven't managed to get online?
Would a cult be easier? Or would just
I'm forcing a re-update. If I have
Well,
to.
you
Probably
did get a
it's gonna be
raise. All right, so and
I
Corvus
know a lot
and Morty.
about this thing ever.
Here's what you both. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and. So it comes from your mouth to make it a little more RP sense.
I know a lot about this thing apparently.
I'll let Corvus mention it.
Alright then. You're aware that that's a Crixine friggin' whore, and that's not fucking safe, even by my standards. Let me just tell you one thing. I've seen some nasty shit in my life. You can do some nasty shit. Nastier than anything I can currently do. I'll tell you one thing. Bringing that into the city would be like the equivalent of doing an act of terrorism. So either the guy in charge knows it's a Crixine core, or he doesn't. Which might also be the case. He might not know what it is, he might actually know what it is.
But in any case, the question is, does it matter?
Does bloody matter.
Our mission was to get it. I honestly, if it's plutonium, if it's a Crixin warthog, if it's a soul of murdered children, that doesn't matter. The job matters.
But
Did I also mention
maybe we can tell him to put it somewhere else. Maybe we can tell him what it is if we put it away, and then we say, "Oh hey, this is this thing. What do you want to do with it?" Because maybe he knows, and maybe he doesn't know, and I think how he reacts to it will change that.
Fair. If we destroy it, would it still have the same legal issues if we are to be caught with it? The shattered remains of it, that is.
Well, yeah. So our only option, that's the thing, leaving it here is just as dangerous as anything else.
Well, frankly, if we are going off mission, I'd be comfortable with leaving it here, because then we aren't in legal issue.
I just remembered something. Give me a second. You see him kind of get out a small vial that we could liquid and take a drink. All right then. Yeah, it came to me in that moment. All right, it's just hit me now. I recall Morty having the blueprints and schematics. They were to what they were trying to and schematics to repair. They were off of a Sigirian core.
Signarian.
What's it called again? Signarian Cortex? Yeah, Signarian Cortex.
Yeah, they're back at the warehouse. Constance probably dealing with them.
Yes, so if you do recall,
So-
when Morty did break into the second floor and he scooped up all the paperwork and belongings in Lito's workshop, he did have current or recent schematics for repairing a Signarian cortex. So most likely what's going on here is that the captain, the officer that tasked to do this, thinks it's a Signarian cortex and not a Crixian one.
I think we should destroy it, inform him, and tell him inform him we destroyed it and left it here, and tell him to come and retrieve its remains if he can, and take that. He points. Would he get in trouble if you bring in the remains of a Crixian bot you fought in battle?
That'd
Or
probably be
just
okay.
that?
But having an active, like, running cortex would be very, very bad. Having a destroyed one would probably be okay.
All right. Then.
So
Well, this is-
destroy, take it to him as proof, and then that we completed the mission, but wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You wouldn't have wanted this in the first place, anyways. So
I would say that if we disassemble them, it would be easier to carry back into the city.
no, I
It's-
think if we're destroying it, it doesn't matter. Unless we're taking the whole
Yeah.
thing in.
All right, take a plan of action real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and take a real quick bio break.
All right. Well, I think all things considered, a dangerous thing would be better just to destroy it. And I could probably try and give it a nice send
But if we're
off,
breaking
maybe.
it, then we don't get paid.
If we're breaking, well, I don't think they want it either. They want a Signarian cortex, not a Crixian cortex. I'll tell you that much. Those things are bloody dangerous, and just
Do
like
you-
him lack to bring one into the city.
Do we know that?
Yeah.
For all we know, he could be in the process of
Okay.
dealing with smuggling of Crixian Warcast or a cult to bring the undead.
I
And if
would
that's
say
none of
that
that's none of our business. So also hired to do is our business.
I would say that we were only hired to deliver the package. Discovering the contents was all on our own.
Yep, we
Yeah.
weren't in fact off mission. We were specifically instructed not to look into it.
So we can basically just pretend that we've never seen this and just get the job done.
We could.
You deliver
But,
the ruined
let
piece.
me point out. Let me point out again. The schematics we got from Morty, they were for a Sigarian cortex. That's the one they were after.
Yep,
They would
have
repair
one, so we
that
can't
kind of
do it.
cortex.
that one doesn't exist. So we do not have one to deliver to him.
Yes, we only have the prints, not the actual item, and
Wh-
that's
which-
probably not what they expect to be in the package.
So it means someone before them must have set that package up to be like that. Which means there's some kind of espionage going on before we even got our hands on it. And I think those two, he points to the corpse of the apprentice, found out and realized how dangerous it could be. And did everything in their power to take it as far away from the city as possible.
Let's
killed
take
them?
it.
Someone shot the actual
The
dwarf.
guards. The guards shot them. And they were
So
trying
you-
to flee, remember?
So you think they were shot by the guards, then they drove for 20-30 minutes, bleeding out. Then he went off the cart and buried himself in a shallow grave. Then the other one continued. Now these guys were ambushed.
I
out
buried
in
him in a
town.
shallow grave.
Yes, but he still
I buried him in a shallow.
he still left the wagon. He didn't. He wasn't next to the road. Like something dragged him off
Yeah,
road.
and you know what that thing
They
does
were-
with
they were not- they were not
corpses?
shot by- They were not shot by the guard. They must have been shot afterwards. It could well be that they had the Signarian cortex, and someone killed them and replaced their cortex with this one.
Maybe. Someone can go back and say, hey, we found this thing. What do you want to do about it? But then I can stay here, and if it starts doing that thing again, I can just smash it.
Real quick, everyone go ahead and give me a notice roll.
Please help me roll, Paul. Thank you.
Notice. Ah, totally failed for me.
Keep saying unable to update session list. Paul, is it possible for me to join by IP and port, like a direct connection?
It should be. Let me see if this works. You're using Unity, correct?
Huh?
You're using Unity, correct?
Yes, Unity.
Give me a second, I'll be right back.
Try using this IP. You ready to put it in?
It's
Yeah, I'll type it
below. Yeah. And apparently I also have to input a 4-digit port number. Okay. That's the IP address. Now, is there a port?
Give me a second. Let me see. The port is 1802.
1802.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see. Direct connection to server. Okay. Okay. Do you see me loading up?
I do not.
Hmm. Oh, while I'm still attempting to connect you guys, please continue.
Alright, wait for Cal to get back.
Alright.
I have returned. So, what happened in my absence?
Shorty is recommending splitting the party.
Cal noticed something as well.
Yep, wait for Cal to get back. Information has been given. Oh, got a text message? No, alright, it's my tenant. Tomorrow.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I want to smash the damn thing myself. Foul magic begets foul magic. I know the perfect way to break it.
You never know what would happen if you break it. Perhaps it would, detonate and kill us all. There's still powerful magic inside. We barely stopped it from working. That's it.
Let me think for a moment if I can remember anything about such a thing.
Maybe we can put it back inside the box.
Is it alright if I roll a cult to try and understand like what would happen if we did destroy it?
Absolutely, go for it.
Ah.
You're an usher.
Nah. Right.
But as you're all in the midst of discussing this, the box has given off its own little green glow. Now, the bone jack itself would also have its own cortex. All jacks have a cortex, but the one you're holding is much, much bigger than what would be inside the bone jack. Plus, that one was destroyed during the battle, so it is no longer illuminated. Only the main cortex you have in your possession right now that is giving off the green glow. Even from that, there's little speckles of green wisp of particle matter that is essentially emitting from the box.
Is it just a luminous glow, or is it leaking out like a liquid substance or something?
It's not leaking liquid, but it is giving off like campfire smoke embers, but in a green
cool.
particulate matter.
Alright,
Oh fuck! It's calling for help.
let's just shut the lid right now. Close it before.
Corvus will try and shut the lid.
Everyone, please give me a vigor roll.
Oof.
I'll do this for Morty.
Thank you.
I went to shut the lid, by the way.
I'll roll for Cal, see what he gets. He's fine also. All right. I rolled for Morty and Cal. They both passed. So all of you succeeded. But here's one thing you're all noticing is that you're all starting to feel an effect. You've not felt it before, but you're feeling it now. It's almost like your bodies are becoming a little bit fatigued. Like your energy is being pulled out of your body.
Okay, do I know a method to, oh, I don't, remember, I can't use magic for reasons like that.
Are we closing the box?
The box is closed.
Okay.
I closed it.
Does the effect cease when it is closed?
No.
Do we sense a
That's good
direction in which our
From the freaking thing.
yeah?
It is coming
is it-
because of the box. It is the cortex that's doing this.
Fuck
There's a
this shit.
reason
I'm
why you could be considered terrorist bringing it in because of what it's doing right now. It's starting to affect all of you. You've luckily
Oh,
succeeded
fuck.
on the first roll, but it is currently emitting its own type of like energy radiation essence. This is death
Do I-
magic. This
I
thing can be
know-
powered by.
Fuck.
Do I know how to stop it?
You've already talked about it.
Moriarty is moving down the
Destroying
hallway.
the thing
to
is
stay
one way of
away
doing
from
it.
Paul, can you move my character away from the crate?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, Corvus is an individual. You know, he has a personal hatred for magic. And he has his own reasons as to why. I think he's going to try and destroy this thing. Gonna have to hit this thing with something. So it's trying to drain his life, right?
Essentially, yeah.
So it's like the same feeling as when he goes without drinking for 8 hours, pretty much, with his favorite substance. Yeah, he's going to have to he's thinking for a moment. I really do think he would destroy it at this point. It's clearly dangerous.
Hey, this thing will kill you all eventually, being around it.
Yeah, we have to destroy it. There's no other way.
So we're gonna smash it?
Oh,
gotta-
I'm gonna smash it, all right. And with
Maybe not smash it. You know, like disassemble it.
no, I don't think we even have the skills to do that.
Everyone make me another
You know,
bigger roll. At minus
Fuck
2
it,
this
yeah,
time.
Is
Oh,
Moriarty
okay.
far away enough? Because
Yeah, at this point, I'm not even going to it's. Yeah, I'm not
Wait,
even.
why-
gonna fucking
Why
bother with it.
making wiggle rolls? Sorry.
Because of the cortex. It's starting to try to kill you all.
wait,
Okay,
Paul, how
I
far away
fail.
am I?
At this point, I'm just going to fucking blow the thing up.
Yeah,
I
Cal,
do not
you
care.
take a wound from this thing.
Fuck. Okay. Yeah, blow it up.
I'm already going for that.
Shorty,
I-
you
I-
also
I-
take a wound. Oops, sorry, you did it yourself. All right, and then we'll see how Morty reacts to this thing. So Morty,
Okay.
yourself, I'm rolling for you. Morty, you succeeded. Yeah, you're starting to literally feel your life being drained from your bodies
I
by
am,
the vicinity of this
I'm
cortex.
I'm going to blood bolt this
I'm
thing.
pulling out the grenade.
I'm blood bolting this thing. And I'm spending as many points as necessary to blow it up. Well, not blow it up, but just take it down.
Cal, would you like to use a grenade as he's doing this?
Fuck this
Yeah,
shit.
You know, get out of the way. I yeet the grenade into it and, you know, throw myself away. Should I roll athletics or?
Just give me a let's roll to see how well you place this thing at the same time as Corvus just blasts it with his own magic.
Should I? Do I get a bonus considering it's a box and isn't moving?
I'll give you a +1 bonus. Why not?
I'm probably also going to move away from that thing before such a thing. Where is the box? Because I last I checked, it was there. It was over here. Like, in the corner.
You can place it where you want. In fact, I'm gonna turn off. So y'all can move how you want now.
It was here when I last saw it. I don't know where it is now. I'm just going to blast it from
See,
as far
let's
away.
Put it.
Yeah, I think it was up here, north of us, right now.
We'll do this. It is right where the B is. That's the not the bone jack,
Okay,
but it's the
no.
box. Actually,
Okay,
wait,
I'm
it's
just gonna
city.
back off.
Makes it easier.
Okay, I'm just gonna back away from it then as I do
So move that where you want. That is
Okay.
where the box is.
I throw my grenade and then move out of the way.
All right. The box is placed on the ground. All of you step back at the same time. Cal gets a grenade, pulls a pin, tosses it. It falls in the box right when you see Corvus enact his own spell, and it strikes the box, the cortex. And at the same time,
Can I describe the spell?
Yeah, go for it.
Can
In
I
fact, I was
describe-
asking about that.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Corvus for the first time ever. This is the first time you've seen Corvus use magic. Fucking dark magic begets dark magic. He cuts it. You see him use the cutlass from his thing, cutting his wrist, and you see blood spiral, blood begin to spill out of him, kind of create these kind of these multiple spikes that kind of float around in his hands. And he kind of jumps them forward, pointing his hand at where he wants to fire them, and they go flying out, impaling the box. Hopefully.
Spikes of blood strike the box. Combination.
I'm going to how many points do I spend and how do I empower it?
Just go base. Base is fine. Just
Okay.
base power points. So both the stream of blood that was thrown by Corvus and the combination of the grenade exploding. You see, in combination with that is green particulate matter as the cortex itself also explodes. And you can see in that case of debris, of dust and rock matter and pebbles that explode, in the mix of the clouds of dust mixed with the bit of green energy from the cortex, do you think you can see the shapes of indistinguished humanoid forms? Maybe like a soul or a body, but you see that as the energy that was inside the cortex gets destroyed and it gets released. But there is a unfortunate side effect, which I wasn't to do just to give you guys the mechanic of how it's played out, but it actually fits in with what Cal did. But with that explosion that happened, you hear now and you feel a distant rumbling.
Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out! Corvus
As
I
you see one nearby pillar break under its own pressure from the weight of the ceiling above it. It snaps and kind of shatters like a grenade itself outwards. We're now going to go into a type of mechanic we haven't done in Savage Worlds, I believe, yet, which is the Dramatic Task, which is one of the mechanics I love about this system. So this Dramatic Task is for all of you to get out of this cave before it caves in. Now, how this works out, we still go by initiative order. You have 3 rounds to get 12 successes. Now, how you get successes are by doing any type of skill that you want. But I do require that 4 of them are survival checks. So you have to get at least 4 survival checks. The rest of them can be any type of skill check you want. You have to tell me how it's going to be used. I might give you a modifier or penalty if it doesn't make sense or if it's not really believable. So try to use a believable skill. I might say no. You're trying something that wouldn't really fit. But this is a way to do a bit of narration and get to do a bit of a scene of how you escape this place as it's crumbling around you. Now, here is the parts about the Dramatic Task. It goes in initiative order. If you draw a club suit card and you fail the check, you immediately fail the entire Dramatic Task. So you can choose to not roll if you get that card. But this does make someone else need to pick up by getting a raise against you. But by the end of round 3, if you do not have 12 successes, it collapses with all of you inside and we'll deal with it at that point on. So, top of the round, we're going to draw cards, go into order and see how we're going to do this. And yes, Cal, that is correct.
Okay, so just to double check.
Do
Can
I-
we even get?
do
If
I
we
have the
skip,
club
we
suit?
can
I
we
don't
get
know.
12 successes? There are
Sorry.
only 4 of us.
Okay, we only have one person talking at a time, please, real quick. Cal, what'd you say?
I was asking if we, what's it called? If someone skips, can we get 12 successes? There are only
From
12
a
rounds.
raise.
Because you need a raise.
Oh,
yeah.
raise. Yeah, right.
Every
raise.
raise will
Yeah,
give you
fair.
success also, yeah. So it does mean if one does skip his turn, someone needs to get a success. So this is a basic dramatic task where it's only, all you need essentially is one success for every character per 3 turns. So obviously if you get some raises, it will help elevate. But for the first turn, let's see what we get. Again, Joker still help out here. Alright, deal to all. Alright, so unfortunately Shorty did get a club.
Joker.
Top of the round
The
is
Joker.
no, Joker's not here.
That is
That's
a
Jack.
Jack.
Yeah, it's Jack.
That's Jack. Okay.
All
That was
right,
Joker. My bad.
Morty, you're not here, but you can still play. So you have a bunch of skills. Do you remember your skill list at all, Morty?
Yes, I do.
In fact, I make it easy. I'll just screenshot. You know what? I'll share my screen with you. I'll make it easy. Ooh,
Thanks.
what's going on? All right. You can watch from my side and see what skill. How do I do this until you get your stuff? Are you loading at all, or what's going on?
Yes, it's still stuck on the attempting direct connection to server. It's been stuck there for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's not working. Try again the old way. As is, you can look at my screen. You'll see your skill sheet. And
Yep.
we'll play from my screen. But tell me real quick, what skill do you want to use? Now, you don't have to do the survival skill right now, but you have to have at least 4 of them done by the end of this dramatic task. So the question is, what skill you want to use, Morty?
First roll, notice roll, dodging falling debris.
All right. So as you start all running outside the cave, Morty is looking to not get crushed by all the fallen rocks. You get 1 success. That is
All right.
fantastic.
Yeah. But you can't actually see his rolls when you roll for Moriarty.
There you go.
Okay.
Wait, what's that?
You rolled a 7.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, it's not really working the way I want it, so we'll do 1 success. All right, so 1 success. We now go to Shorty. Now, Shorty, you do have a club, so here's the thing. If you roll a skill and you fail, the entire dramatic task fails, the cave collapses, all you're buried here have to deal with that, or you just pass. If you also want to
Alrighty.
help someone and you fail, same thing. It's up to you.
You can still spend bennies on these rolls to try
Yes,
and
you
change
can,
them like normal.
unless you get a crit fail.
All right. I mean, I have something I'm pretty good at.
Okay. Alright.
Maybe.
What skill do you want to use?
As
long as I'm not running outside this place.
I think I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like whoever.
We picked up like the Cressix Jack, didn't we?
No.
No, I think we left
Okay.
it to be buried because we dodged away so we can throw the grenade
We have-
and then it started collapsing so we yeeted ourselves the other way.
One skill chest can be like, say, athletics to grab it and run with it.
That's what I was gonna do because we want proof of what we did.
All right.
So he's gonna want to try to just pick up the little bone jack because he's a strong boy and move with it. That would maybe be athletics.
All right. Then go ahead and roll athletics.
Moriarty, would you mind doing
Already.
push to talk? You can eat. We can hear you eating, so it would be.
Sorry, I
nice
thought I
begin.
turned up. Okay, my bad.
All right. As a success, we have 2 successes now. Very, very good. Out of the 12 we need. So y'all start running. Morty's dodging rocks. Shorty runs by, picks up the damaged bone or the destroyed bone jack. Very good. Shorty, pass your turn. Cal, what are you doing?
Right, I'm considering since he was running back and what's it called, Moriarty's looking out. I would roll survival to help steer us out to see where the proper path, which area would be the safest to as we're running.
Fantastic.
Try to steer.
Roll it.
Yeesh. Okay, well I'm using a Benny to read all this. Goddamn wounds, you are annoying. Okay,
Yes,
there's
they
roll.
are. Yes, they are.
Okay, I I tried to drag it over to automatically reroll, but apparently I
Oh,
couldn't.
all right, not bad.
Oh damn! Yeah, that's 3 of the.
That is 3 successes. So yeah, 5 successes. Very good count out of that.
Hey.
Very good out of the 12 we need.
Nice job.
So you're running. Shorty picks up the warjack. Cal starts finding areas you need to go to. Now I did say we need 4 successes. You got 3 of the 4, so all you need is 1 more survival. We're good.
All right then.
All right, Cal, pass your turn, please.
Yes, sorry.
First,
Corvus.
so Gene. Okay, so do I need to roll a survival one or not? Do I just need?
We
or
still
can I
need
roll
1
one?
survival to succeed as the requirement.
All right.
Yeah,
Then.
but
Well,
we
for
have
this
to-
round, I'm just gonna sit with something smart. Is it all right if I try to use my blood magic to like create makeshift, like not full size, just like spikes into like the ceiling behind us, try and
Absolutely.
reinforce it so it. All right, let's see if that works. Fuck!
All right, so you watch as you're running, finding the alleyways or the parts of the tunnels that's collapsing. You watch as Corvus is making spikes to kind of hold up parts that are falling down. All right, that is the end of round 2. We got a total of 6 successes, as well as 3 of the survival. We go to top of round 2. All right, Cal, you're at the club this time. Corvus, it's on you.
Oh crap! Again, like what do I do now? I can't do the same thing, right? All right then. So
I
I'm gonna
think we're
try
getting
and
a complication.
What is that?
dramatic complication. What's that?
I'm actually not sure. Let's find out real quick. I thought
So
World
I
of Club
think we
was
have to
bad.
deal with that complication in one of our methods.
Okay, yeah. So the direct task, if Cal does it, it's at -2.
Okay.
I just, so what
Oh, so
happened
me-
last turn? Yeah.
So basically,
so-
I'm on a -2 on my turn.
Yes.
Okay,
Is
yeah,
it, is it
I'm
everyone or just? Is it everyone or just Corvus?
Just Corvus. Sorry, just Cal. Cal's the one that got the
Oh.
club.
All right.
Okay. So okay, that makes sense.
All right. Then. I can't do the same thing, can I? So I have to think of another idea.
You
Well,
can do the same
I've
one,
made
but don't
sp-
do it too often, or I might start giving you penalties.
Okay. So instead of doing that, I'm going to use my magic again because this is what Corvus is going to have to rely on currently. He's going to try and use his blood to instead of create spikes, he's going to reinforce the pillars that they're going past to make sure anything in front of us doesn't collapse.
All right, go for it.
Let's see if it works.
Looks like it might be a raise. That's a raise. All right, 2 successes. We now go from 6 to 8 successes.
Fuck! I'm running out of blood here.
All right. Let me go ahead and pass the turn there, Corvus.
Yep, pass the turn. I got to expend power points now, don't I?
Yes,
So
you do.
spend-
Yes, you do. You're gonna run out. Cal, it's on you. Do you want to help out, or do you want to fold it this turn?
Yeah, I'm not taking -3. And risking complete failure. I'm skipping my turn.
All right. Shorty, it's on you. All right, we're running.
All right.
You're about halfway through the mine shaft right now.
He has his big shield, and Shorty wants to find a good place where a pillar might be crumbling, just slam it in there, and he's gonna sacrifice his shield to try to use it as a support.
Want to sacrifice the shield?
Yeah.
All right.
I think
What
so.
skill you want to use?
Oh, I don't know what this would be.
This I would say I would actually use either. Let's switch to skill sheet. I would say I'll give you either fighting, athletics, or no, those are your best ones. I'll let you use one of those.
Yeah, I mean he just used athletics, so I guess
Do it at
we'll go with
+2
fighting
for
this time.
sacrificing the shield.
Hey. Oh, I'm
Shit.
not sure if
I'll
that.
use the bunny.
Both dice got inside.
Yeah, I didn't record, it looks like.
Alright, I'll try it again.
Okay,
no.
it went now, but that is a failure.
No,
Oh, yeah.
you did you include a
Oh,
plus
plus
two?
two.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you did.
Oh,
Yeah.
he did. Yeah, he did. So that is failure. You want to use
Yeah,
it?
that
Ben?
is a +2, so I'm gonna, yeah, can I just put it down into the chat right on that thing?
Yeah.
Oh, then I have to roll again. Okay.
Yes.
For some reason, it doesn't like that clause.
So a crit failure actually subtracts one from the list. So we go from 8 successes down to 7 now.
That's how it be.
Fuck.
All right, pass your turn.
Yeah.
Oh, that is not good. All right, Morty. What do you want to use?
Anyone have survival? Because we need someone who, like, does anyone else other than me have survival?
Yeah, you still have one more round. So
I don't think
I was wondering,
no.
do we need me to roll it next turn, or does anyone else have the skill?
I don't
Morty
have
doesn't
it,
have a
no.
good one, so maybe you. You might have to do it.
Fair enough.
Morty, are you here?
Sorry,
Morty.
forgot push to talk. I've been talking.
All right. So what skill do you
alright.
want to use?
Okay. It's just like the one down, back in the alleyways, right? We can't repeat. We can't repeat our
You
skills.
can, but if you do too many, I'm starting to give you penalties to it.
Right, because what I wanted to do was still use the notice skills, but this time I'm gonna help the others just find their footing and avoid crumbling like chasms and stuff like that.
Holy shit! Holy shit!
Big
Yeah.
boom!
Oh, you just rolled a 30. that might have helped you all right there. Let's see. Let me get the damn calculator here.
Nice.
We got a 30. That is
Godly rolls. From
7
now on, I'm not gonna
successes
boot up
right
my,
there.
my client.
So Morty succeeded on. We still need to get. Remember, we still need to get one more survival. But
Oh, you're
Morty
kidding
right
me.
there by me rolling the damn G I have to roll for you. But with that, Morty got the full amount of successes needed. You're now sitting at 13 successes.
Yeah, holy crap. All right.
Right then.
And Morty drew the Joker. I'll be getting Benny. All right.
What the fuck?
My
Okay.
bloody god.
Bloody.
He's not even in the game right now.
You're
That's
a
ridiculous.
fucking legend.
Bloody. All right. Okay, so I can't use the Well, probably. Is there any way for me to weaponize my my knowledge? Academics.
The thing is, we just need survival. Like,
Right,
we only survival. Nothing else matters.
That's
for
true,
this point, just
but
survival.
what I wanted to do is I want to use my skills to help you because I make terrible survival rolls.
We draw at +2. All you need is one success, and you have a Joker. Well, the Joker gives you
Right.
+2.
Okay. Sure. Let's go. Can you let me take a look at my adventure card? Is there anything
Sure.
I can use?
You'll see what it is. I see what it is. It is.
Get savage. Your character gains the benefit of one edge, regardless of requirement. Ooh.
Yeah, so I need it right now. This counter, I'm magic is about to end. It feels kind of lame that I'm succeeding for you, but we'll go with it.
Yeah. Sure. Let's do this.
Let's see.
Survival roll.
I'm not sure if it's already included with the Joker bonus. Let's see. All right,
Ah,
that's
that's a
success.
success.
All right, so well that is how dramatic tests work, but that is a success.
Nice. We escape. Fantastic.
So, yes, while you're running through the mines, it's all collapsing around you, and by some gigantic miracle, Morty's seeing the best places to run, with Shorty carrying the Cortex in one hand, or carrying the Bonejack in one hand. You watch as Corvus is putting his blood magic spikes to keep the place from collapsing more and more. And right when the entrance you see in front of you is about to fully collapse, you see the rocks breaking, starting to fall down. All of you rush out into the open air, entrance of the mine as it behind you collapses with a deafening thud of rocks. You have succeeded at the dramatic task.
Fucking hell, I don't get paid enough for this. I don't get paid at all.
Well, no, we are getting paid in a license, meaning that in future we can get paid.
Oh,
my God.
So we're not getting paid enough for this.
No. No, we are not.
Moriarty is just gonna fall flat on his back because he's too weak for this, for these
What
physical activities.
What you guys saw in there, can you keep quiet about it? Not something I'm necessarily proud of.
Keep quiet about what?
You saw what I was doing back there.
I've no idea what you're talking
Didn't
about.
you?
For fuck's sake, yes, I'll keep quiet about this. That's what I was getting at.
Oh, fuck.
Wait, what was he
Catch on
doing?
that.
He was doing very unusual magic.
Oh right. Your wrists, they're bleeding.
That will clear up in about 3, 2. Just kind of knits itself closed.
Do we need to put on the cure? Would that help you? Oh wait, no, then it's in this universe. Never mind.
We did purchase 5 healing kits, so I think we can use one of them if you need catching up.
I don't. I think Shorty will need. I'm perfectly fine. It's more of a tiring experience when I use it. Less draining. It's not all my blood. If that's the best way to explain it.
So that's what's in your fancy flask there.
If
Something
this
like that.
thing is super bad and nobody likes it, maybe there's a bounty and we can still get paid because I grabbed the big guy.
Sure.
We could. I think we could actually. Now that I think about it, I really think we could. I completely forgot that. I know someone who might be able to help. I think they're from some kind of pseudo-religious order. What was their name again?
Are you talking about the?
Yeah. I'm focused while playing a card. The contact again.
God damn! Holy crap!
Corvus just knows people for some reason.
All right,
I had a
here's the
few-
contact.
He's a member of a religious order, who Corvus had a run-in with. It was due to Corvus's unique nature of his magic that they encountered each other. However, Corvus proved to not be proved to be useful in their investigation of the actual criminal, and they decided to let Corvus off scot-free. Kind of owes him a favor now because of it. So he might know someone who probably pay for parts of it or pay for its extinction or something. I don't know.
Wait,
You might
so-
also want to look into it
Well,
as
the
well.
card itself is to help your current situation. What is your situation right now? Because you have escaped the tunnels.
I was thinking, oh, it has to help the current situation. Okay,
Yeah.
then I'll do it later then when we probably go back to the town. Then that's not the case.
One thing we could do if he's not willing to, give us the mission in return for, the what's it called, the item and completing the mission. Well, that's always the other option. He is a man who ordered a Cryxian warjack. I'm sure the higher authorities will not be very happy with him if this was revealed. So, if he's unwilling to pay, we blackmail the shit out of him.
I doubt he actually knows what he's ordering as well.
Yes, that's probably the case. I
doesn't
still
matter.
think
If we have
I'll save
proof
my
that he
contact.
ordered it, and we do, and we have the item, then perception it what matters, not what's actually true.
The thing is, we don't. We don't have. If the Cryxian core is just a replacement, someone swapped it out, or someone tried to sabotage the entire operation, then at least that we know that someone did something to it. So we can just report this. He'll probably know something about it. After all, he was the one
Uh,
who ordered the package, so
So
he knows
real
who might have
quick,
done it.
Corvus, what did you want to say?
I would, for now, I'm just gonna like, is it alright if I rescind the card and I'll go back to and I'll use it later when we're actually in a position where it's necessary?
Yeah, I'll get back to
Because I
you.
didn't know it was specific to the. Alright.
Yeah, it's not. It's
I'll
not
save
general
it for now.
contact.
Okay.
Oh, actually, you still got it on your sheet. All right.
Yeah, I put it back on.
Okay.
I would say we should probably contact our town guard directly. We should probably contact Garrick.
Yeah. We'll inform him of this shit. He'll probably want to know. Same.
Yes. Before we start moving, though, we should perhaps start to patch our wounds up. We were hit quite heavily by that fucking.
I'm only tired. I'm only tired. I'm not really wounded.
Well, I very much am.
Everyone else go.
Oh, Paul, can you check if I'm wounded? I do remember I took a hit from the jack.
I'm actually you're not wounded.
Patch.
No? Okay, cool.
We got out of that one pretty lucky.
Nice.
If we're taking some time around, we will quickly make the what's it called?
I'll keep a lookout. Least I can do. Again.
Right.
Hey, what's this? Corvus, you were looking for a gun, right?
Yeah.
I found this one.
And he's gonna pick up a pistol that he found on the ground.
Oh, well. Thanks, I guess. Keep it in mind.
Well, you can have it. I don't like these little guns. They break too easily.
The
Wait,
pistol
it's-
is in the party sheet, and a quick inspection shows that it has been used recently.
Hold on. I'm gonna take a look at it and try to investigate. See if it's the pistol that was probably used on the dwarf mechanic.
Well, while this is going on, I'll just pass it to him. While this is going on, keep a lookout while everyone takes care of themselves.
Sure. Would you mind taking a look at my wounds, sir? I seem to. I
can try, but I feel pretty tired right now. I'm not sure if that'll help. I might accidentally break your arm.
Yeah, take a rest, Shorty.
problem is if we rest up, that our wounds can't be healed.
Yeah, you have to be healed by naturally, which is 1 wound per day.
Paul?
Yes.
Morty would like to inspect the gun to see if the discharged gun matches the bullet wound on the dwarf mechanic.
You probably won't be able to tell by that. Just know that the pistol is on the handle as well as part of the barrel does have blood.
Oh,
All right, by making that healing roll for Cal.
How long does it take to remove fatigue?
1 hour.
It's
For this, while he's just.
So after all this, you can definitely
Go
remove the fatigue.
So the healing has to be done before the fatigue is removed. Okay.
Yep.
And can he heal himself?
He can heal himself. He will have to go with his own penalties though. So he will be at -1. Plus, if he has fatigue, another -1. I don't think he has fatigue. No, he does. Yeah, so he's at -2 to heal.
I still think he's the best of us at healing. Because everyone else has it unskilled.
Well, I can certainly try. Are we healing you or himself?
I suppose if you heal yourself, you don't move the penalty, and then you can try to heal me. Otherwise, you'd have to pay for both.
Alright,
If you heal me, then
Shorty
yourself.
will try to patch himself up.
All right, roll your healing skill.
Well, this is just licking the tip of his gun.
I'll re-roll that.
That's a raise. All right,
Hey.
Shorty, you remove the wound on yourself.
I think this will work. Bring it over here. and wrap around 2 times, and pull this over, pull this under, make a loop, wrap around.
Bloody hell.
Paul?
And then I suppose I'll try to heal Cal.
Yes, Morty.
Oh, no, you guys make the rolls first. You good? Shorty? Cal?
I'll reroll that one too.
Ooh, a Benny for a wound. Okay.
Woo, thankfully for that little skill there. Yes, so in this case, everyone has been healed.
Nice. Alright, Paul. Do I recognize the model? See if is it used by the guards, used by the army, or like sold in the black market and used by
This is
thieves
just
and
a
stuff?
standard issue pistol you could buy from
Gotcha.
the city.
Understood. So it's likely not it does not belong to the guards and stuff.
And I'm this might very well be the murder weapon. So the question is if we want to
Yeah.
keep it.
I would say don't touch it for now. Let's just keep it in a bag or something. You guys got a
I
bag?
mean, if we're keeping it, we should definitely clean it. You know, remove all the blood. We shouldn't just leave it, have a bloody pistol in our bags. That would be even worse.
I'm not trying to. We're not trying to keep it. We're probably gonna use it as evidence.
But why?
Uh,
We're not being hired to solve the murder.
We're
Yeah.
not hired to solve the murder, but the murder can prove that we tried our best, not that we half-assed our job and just got some cheap discarded Cortex or Jack and then just gave it to him.
I think we either want to clean it or get rid of it. We do not want to, it is a murder weapon. We don't want to be seen with it.
Is there anything else about the gun? It's just completely ordinary.
Yeah,
and
it's
there's
nothing
just
special. I
blood
mean,
tape.
he's just a apprentice mechanic, so.
Gotcha. Well, all right then. You can do whatever you want with it. Make sure to clean it thoroughly. And then I'm gonna hand it over to Corvus because he's more into guns.
Thanks. Corvus just kind of looks at the blood for a moment. His tongue kind of.
Don't
He holds
think
it back.
about it. Don't think about it.
Corvus licks his own pistol.
So, are we going back?
Do you guys want to take a look at the other cave?
Maybe. But
Oh,
all the same.
Paul, what about the other two caves?
Doing a very, very quick glance around, probably during the time that some of you were getting healed, you can tell that the northern one has also collapsed, but the southern one has not.
Okay.
Shorty,
Yeah,
in the party sheet is the Bonejack wreckage.
Oh wait,
Wants
it's
to
a, it's a
Alright.
Bonejack wreckage.
I think they might have also collapsed though, because think about it. You want to go in there when one of them has just collapsed. It just only makes the other ones even more unstable. Now that I think about it.
I would say though, if we stick close to the river, which probably the caves are connected, we wouldn't necessarily be buried alive. But yeah, we should be cautious.
If you want to investigate, then I'm all for it. Well,
No,
otherwise-
I'm just pointing out there's an open cave. I'm not going in. Ugh.
That's guess why
why
we
not? There's
investigating.
more up inside.
Sorry, Shorty, what'd you want to do?
Oh, he was just arguing, maybe there's more stuff, there's more things to explore.
There might be. If you want to take a look inside, it's up to you.
The north one was the one that we went in and that collapsed, right?
No, the
No,
main
the
one was
middle one. The one
directly
in the
to the
middle.
east. Or the center one.
Oh, okay.
The
I
northern
don't know,
one is
like,
also-
I agree with the breather. but Shorty is just gonna like wander up and look inside. You know, if it dead ends in 10 feet, it's probably not really worth much attention.
As you look inside, you can see that it goes probably about 20, 35 feet inside. There's a couple of small areas where some rocks and some coal, a couple more torches have been stored. But one thing you do notice, which is peculiar, is that there is a walled off section that has a door that has also been flipped over to keep from opening and has been nailed shut, and it is blocking further delve into the cave.
Oh, hey, I think we found the place. I think they closed it. Maybe. Once I had a bit of a nap, we could go inside. There might be something valuable.
Wait, you guys going in for real? I'm gonna look
Maybe.
around cautiously and see if the place is stable enough. Paul, can I make a notice roll or something to deduce if it's solid, if it's the supports and everything? Paul?
How's your progression going on the joining?
Not good. Still stuck. Probably have to abort this for some. Yeah.
So you try to, like, I don't know, the turn Unity on and off again? Might work. You never know.
Yeah, I guess
Oh
it's
yes,
the entire thing.
I did it twice. So
Fuck.
keep saying unable to update session list from lobby server, which means that my connection is bad. But then I'm talking to you guys, and I'm not roboting, so my connection is fine.
Well, then if your connection to the Unity servers, that's bad. Not your
Yes,
connection
that's
to
the
the
only explanation.
This is quite annoying. As it is, Morty, you do realize that it's actually relatively calm inside here, just up to the door. It has been purposely blocked off.
Well, I guess.
And what
it's
you
safe.
do notice is that it has been more reinforced here, especially where the door is. The door has been the door on the wall to block further entrance into the cave has been reinforced, unlike the other two cave entrances.
Gotcha. Paul, you did mention that it was nailed shut, not reinforced steel doors or something, right?
Yeah,
It's
just
just
wood.
nails.
But more
Right.
wood, more nails into it, not steel.
That looks hefty. I'm
Are
gonna
they try-
pick out my.
Are they trying to put some, like, block people out? Or keep something in?
We'll find out, and then I'm gonna take out my crowbar and then hand it over to Shorty. Shorty, do you mind prying the door open?
Well, I thought we were gonna get a bit of a rest first, because I'm kind of tired right now.
You're tired.
I think it would be best if we get a bit of a rest
I mean,
first.
there was that thing, and it seemed like it wanted to eat me, and I felt really tired.
Yeah. Why don't you just go just sit for a while? Yeah, I'll try. And then I'm gonna give my arms a few swings, warming up, and let's see.
All right, are we gonna rest for an hour?
Yep. Okay, so-
Probably.
Everyone, go ahead and remove fatigue if you got it, as well as regain 5 power points.
Oh, I wish I can gain power points. Whee!
I mean,
Takes
just to take an arcade background, when you next advance, we do can have power points.
You just see him pull out a flask, open it, and just take a really long ass swig. That'll do it. No.
After the hour is up, you feel a little more refreshed. Some of you can feel a bit more of that energy, easy to be called for your arcane background. And the sky, well, the sun is just a little more down that horizon, but you still got plenty of light left within the day.
I want to continue to explore. I won't hold it against you.
Everyone, please give me at -2 notice rolls. Just because.
Mm,
3.
Hooray!
1 actually. Did I re-roll that with a Benny?
You can drag the Benny on top. If you pick up the Benny, it actually will highlight where you can drop it to re-roll it again.
Come on, Shorty. Come on,
Oh,
Moriarty.
he definitely failed. All right, Corvus is rolling again.
All right, well, let's see if I actually notice anything. I doubt I will. On like a -2, I believe.
Hey.
Okay,
Oh, that's 2. Actually, that's 3. Yep.
That's a success.
All right, let's see.
What
Morty.
on Morty?
roll?
Fail.
It is a
Woo!
fail. Yeah, it is. Let's see. For Morty, I need to stop rolling for you fuckers because I keep rolling explosions.
God damn it!
I'm not rolling for you no more. It's like I'm playing a game against
no.
myself is ridiculous.
No, keep rolling.
What are you on about? It's not DM versus player.
It's DM versus DM right now, fighting my damn self. It's ridiculous. Morty, you hear there's a bit of movement. There's a bit of noise behind the door.
Shh.
I'm gonna
To the outside.
No, to the cave, to the southern cave, the southern mine, I should say.
Shh.
I'm gonna raise a finger to my lips. And it's like, oh, guys, someone's inside. And then get ready. And then I'm gonna take out my crowbar and pretend like it's gonna be useful.
All right then. Corvus reloads his weapons. And prepares.
Yeah, Shorty will reload his cannon.
Ambush? Maybe one of you want to take the door? Just stand by it.
I mean, sure, I could do that.
Yeah.
All of you near the door can now hear there is noise constantly coming from behind the reinforced closed off door, and it's kind of a combination of footsteps, bit of banging, like someone's back there trying to get out.
Are we saying hello first, or are we just smashing the skull?
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to shout hello, but if these are the living dead, like the one from the inside the cave, which I'm suspecting, they probably won't answer.
Shorty will say hello.
No reply.
Well, if they don't answer,
But-
then I think they're just dead people.
There will be a intensified banging against the door.
I would say that
You have to let us
Speak if you're
know.
living.
You have to let us know that you're alive. Otherwise, I will smash your face.
guys, Shorty. I
Oh.
think if the door is nailed shut from the outside, it means that the person inside is trapped.
And I think we should take up positions up the roof here, just in case others are climbing up here to take a position with a rifle.
Isn't that a bit too far away,
Yeah, it's about 30 feet into the cave, to the mine.
bro? That's a bit
Oh,
too far.
the door is 30 feet into the cave. Okay,
Yeah.
in that case, never mind.
Yeah, Shorty's right by the door.
I could go in to open it. I haven't shown anymore, but I'm still pretty tough.
Can Morty move a bit far away?
More banging on the door.
It looks like they're getting their own way out. Perhaps we should take up positions here and start blasting them.
Or Shorty's gonna
Alright,
go in and start opening the door. While everyone else takes up positions.
All right, Shorty, as you have started to open up the door itself, with the noise you're making doing that, it does intensify the banging. At this point, it's pretty clear, putting two to two together, there's most likely undead behind this door. Maybe awoken by the Crixian cortex. Maybe they're just down here all along. Maybe Ironside was just hiding bodies for whatever reason. As it is, as you're applying the pranks open, you're loosening kind of the reinforcement along the door itself, and just by seeing the banging against the door, it moves slightly as you are removing parts of it, that there are definitely, just by the smell that's coming, there is undead inside behind that that wall, the doored wall.
Oh, it smells like that one girl you really liked once, Cal.
We did not talk about her. We didn't talk about her at all. We agreed on this.
Wait, can you tell me more? Okay, maybe after. Wait, Shorty, can you close the door? Can you shut the door back up again?
Or I was in the middle of opening it.
Cause it smells really bad and it's probably undead. The ones we fought just now, before the cave collapsed.
The door's starting to collapse upon itself. It's starting to break.
Sure,
Maybe we
because
could-
What if we just blow
Don't get caught
a
in
grenade and let it collapse in on itself?
Shorty's gonna back up 20 feet, and if some slavering creature comes through that door, he's gonna shoot it with a kin.
Just throw a fucking grenade next to it and make it collapse in on itself.
You think I'm made of grenades, good sir? I only have one left.
Oh, okay. Then we gotta prep.
Shorty is prepped.
Both my guns.
With that, the door finally being assaulted on the other side by pretty much undead, gets broken down, and it falls forward, now in pieces from the kind of swarm of undead behind it that have been trying to break it down. You get your first good glimpse of what these shambling figures are. And one peculiar note is that what they're wearing, a lot of them have miner garb. Coveralls, or overalls, let's say. Some still have a mining helmet on. A lot of them, you can tell, though, have, just by the way their bodies are, they've been crushed by most likely an avalanche, or not avalanche, a collapse inside the mine, and they're now trying to get out.
While they're breaking down the door, could I cast boost traits on myself and Corvus?
You could definitely prepare how you'd want. Now, I would say they do have about 30 feet until they get outside of the tunnel entrance, and so there is a way here if you would like to actually not even go into combat. The idea of dropping the tunnel is a obviously choice that could be used, as well as the cannon that Shorty does has. It's kind of up to you. They are moving fairly slow. They've been damaged. You can see that the hands of all of the ones at the front have been essentially broken apart by them literally digging themselves out of the, you can see behind them. It has been blocked off because it has collapsed. And probably not from the collapse that you have experienced right now. These are probably buried dead bodies, dead miners from before that are now probably being awoken by the cortex approaching you.
So what
Yeah,
we know of
Shorty's gonna try to collapse the tunnel by just shooting at the roof and try to bring it down.
Okay, so before you do that, Cal, what are you thinking?
I was going to say, with what we know of undead, will these eventually collapse after a while, or will they have the energy that animated them, keep them
Because
going?
they've been animated by the cortex, they're now animated by magic. The dead typically don't arise.
Okay, so is that a yes or no? Will they in 2 weeks still be up if we leave, or?
Go ahead and give me a common knowledge roll. We'll see if you would know.
know, jack and or shit.
You're not sure. The
I
are
can
right
roll
now.
on a occult.
If you want to, go for it.
Roll an occult and see if I know. I don't know.
Colin, may I attempt a common
I'm not
knowledge roll as well?
I don't want to roll for you no more. Hey, you got a failure. You don't know.
Shorty, we need your brains.
Oh, you need Shorty's
Does
brains.
Shorty know?
Shorty,
roll.
Shorty know what to do.
Shorty!
This is an absolute.
Of course. Of course.
Oh!
Hey!
He got a raise! Shorty knows exactly how to deal with undead.
See, it's why he was already aiming for the roof.
Love that. Yeah, he knows exactly how to deal with undead.
Yeah, smash.
Shorty knows shit. Who am I,
Okay.
too drunk to remember?
Alright, so yeah, Shorty's just gonna try to bring this down. I don't know, given that they dug themselves out from a collapse. That's not what he's thinking about at the moment. He's just gonna bring it down.
All right. And so, Shorty, you lower the cannon and you fire this thing. And where do you try to fire the cannonball at?
Like they're kind of like coming through the door, right?
That entire door wall has been essentially toppled over. They're now coming through that tunnel.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see, like, okay, he's gonna fire at the roof, just kind of out in front of the foremost shambler.
Okay, so all of you watch as Shorty lowers the cannon, and just a deafening boom from the cannon erupts that only an Ogren can actually reliably wield. And the cannonball just flies into the cave, strikes the side wall in front of the first shambler, ricochets off, hits more parts of it, hits one of the reinforced, I'll say one of the support beams that's inside there. And with that, the entire thing, because the wall being brought down, because of the cannonball, it become the previous collapse, the current collapse that just happened in the next side mine. The entire thing also collapses upon itself. And you watch as all of probably half a dozen to a dozen of undead inside this shaft just get squashed by all of the collapsing material and rock above them. With just a debris of a plume of essentially dust kind of shooting out from the collapse into the open air.
Big boom.
Nice one, Shorty.
You're probably right to make that move, Shorty.
I mean, sometimes they stick around for a long time, but I think I don't know if they like if they're just pieces and dust. I don't know if they put themselves back together.
Hmm.
You look for a little bit and you don't see any more type of movement from within. Most likely, right now, they've been taken care of.
And if they were alive, they would have said something, right?
Yes, they would have.
I asked very politely.
Yes, you did.
We destroyed the Cortex, didn't we? Why are there more corpses?
Well,
I think those were from a previous collapse in the mines here. This might be an abandoned mine.
It might have made them before we broke it, like all the other stuff it made.
Yes,
Well,
but
This also acts as evidence to my previous theory. The idea that they brought it here, a place where no one's doing activities, is clearly an abandoned mine shaft that's collapsed before. I think they might have even planned on collapsing it after they left, if they got that far. I don't think they did, though.
Unfortunately, all the ones that you could ask are currently dead.
can we take a look at? Is there anything to look at?
The open sky, the broken down wagon, the closed door.
Oh wow, fantastic. Okay. So the corpses are reanimated and crushed.
Do you think there's gonna be more undead in the last one over there? Should we just break it? Cause so far it's been undead and undead, so I don't like our odds.
But luckily, all 3 mine entrances have now been collapsed.
Oh,
No.
so there's just the door now. Just looks to the door.
Yeah, I
think
would
it's time to
say
head home.
this is way above our pay grade. This our entire guild. It's just the 4 of us.
Even if you can't get the license from the guy you hired, I think the man I know would want to know about this, and he'd probably want to, well, would probably reward you for the information. All the same.
Well, let's see if Corvus knows anyone.
Well,
Would be
first
good.
let's just check with him first. It's an option.
Yep, let's.
It might be good to call upon him if necessary. He knows more about these matters than I do.
Right. Is the carriage still functional?
It is.
Right. But it's on the ground. It's toppled over. Or is it standing upright?
I think it still has horses, so I think it's standing upright.
Right, but the 2 horses are heavily injured, right?
They
It's-
are.
The wagon itself
Yeah.
is really injured, yes.
Yeah. So I'm looking for more of a cart. Can we kind of like just use one of the mine carts to like tow it back to the city?
Not a bad
How would you
plan.
use a
Towing?
minecart to tow a wagon?
No, not the mine cart to tow the wagon. We're gonna put the broken jack in the mine cart, and then we're just gonna take the mine cart.
Yeah, I know.
Shorty's just
No.
Shorty's just carrying the wreckage of that jack. Like he just has it strapped over his shoulder.
Gotcha. Because I thought Shorty was way too tired for that kind of crap, even after a rest.
Let's go then.
Oh, I didn't say anything about afterwards.
Well, let's head
Uh,
back to
uh,
town.
I'm good now. Kinda hungry though.
Yeah, sun's getting real low. Let's
Let's
get
go.
back.
Let's
Let's
head
head
back.
back to town.
All right, and so with this, you go to the gate, and you see that there are marks on the gate where it looks like the bone jack that Shorty's carrying pretty much jumped to the top of the gate and kept on running through. You can see the marks on the ground where it landed and was running into the cave that, well, Shorty is now holding. You leave this location, and you make your way back towards Baines Market. I'm going to shut that map real quick and get rid of this map we no longer need to use.
All right, and
And so, on
Would
your
this
journey...
be-
Oh, sorry.
would this be a good time for an interlude for one of the other players?
There'll be more time with that later in the session, I would say.
All right then.
Actually, it is almost 12. No, we'll do it right now. You're all welcome back. It's
Huh?
going to be about 3 hours. Yeah, we'll do it right now.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
And so far, interlude-wise, we have done is...
Corvus.
Well, Constance's now
just
gone,
me.
unfortunately. We'll still have her character be part of the guild. We'll have her just be an NPC there from now on. But Corvus did his. So I want to see is Cal and Shorty. Both of you go ahead and... Actually, we're just going to draw cards, see which one gets higher. So first card is going to be Cal. Second card is going to be Shorty. And based on the suit, what it's going to be. Oh, all right. Well, because Shorty apparently drew the Joker, he, I believe, gets to pick his his interlude. So, Shorty, in this case, you get to decide if you want yours to be based on a great victory or personal triumph, or a tale of your hero's greatest love, lost, found, present, or waiting for you back at home, Or do you want it to be for something your hero wants or already has? And lastly, a tale of misfortune from your hero's past. Perhaps something that's because of your hindrances or a dark secret.
That's a lot to think about.
Especially with Shorty.
Shorty.
Or do you want me to just draw another
He's-
card and just have that be one you're gonna do?
Nah. Shorty's gonna think about the shield that he left behind. It's a dented old hunk of metal. And he remembers that at one time, almost immediately after he joined the company, they got into a battle, and it was an ambush, or supposed to be an ambush that went wrong, and the company had to fight down in this chasm, and Shorty basically just picked up a huge piece of metal. He stood there, he held the line while he got shot at, magic thrown at him. He was a bulwark for his new friends, and he got extra rations and a proper shield from the captain once all was said and done. And that was the shield that got lost. Unfortunately, that collapsed mine.
That's a shame. It's a real shame.
We'll get you another one. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But it's not the same one that his captain gave him. That one is
Oh, so
forever buried.
He's sad about that.
Oh, not kick you. Give you a Benny, not kick. All right,
Well,
I reward
someday-
you with a Benny. Not my Benny though. Give back my Benny. My Bennies are my own. All right, and so that was a bit of a tale, as you might have seen Shorty on the journey back as he held the corpse or the wreckage of the Bone Jack over his shoulder. He's kind of maybe looking where he had the shield, or he just kind of talked about it a little bit. But that's a nice little tale. And after about 3 hours, you see in front of you, after a bit of trek, the city of Baines Market. The constant fog of black smoke that's above it from all the factories within. The constant sound of said factories and just the beating of hammers from blacksmith and armorers and whatnot. As well as the trains that do go from Baines Market down to the south towards Farron, as well as the Stillwater Flats. In fact, you hear the whistle from the currently leaving train as it does pass, and you watch as it kind of just travels, picking up speed as it heads down the plains towards the south. You see the front gates of Baines Market as they are currently open right now, and as you enter into the city, a couple of the guards kind of get you a nod of greeting, but it's also kind of turned into an alarm as a couple of them do rush off as they notice that your big companion is carrying a bone jack over his shoulder, damaged one.
It's not functional though.
Yes, that's very obvious. I'm not saying he's carrying the whole thing. He's probably carrying maybe like a quarter or half of it, because altogether it probably weighs about maybe 300-400 pounds. So
I'm just gonna look around and then comment that I'm glad he mentioned nothing about keeping a low profile. This is not included in the contract.
after
Aye.
a
All things
few...
the same.
Continue.
All things the same. If shit hits the fan, I'll call in my contact, and maybe we won't get into any trouble. Let's hope for the best,
What?
though.
I want this fair and square. Oh, Cal did because he killed it.
Yes, probably nobody would doubt you for that, but they tried to take it away. So,
What would will be a
Wait,
battle?
they're trying to take it away?
yeah.
They might,
We
but
don't know yet.
there might.
We
This is
don't
a
know
threat
what
to
their
the public
intentions
safety after
are
all.
yet.
We might get a bounty for it. You never know.
Corvus takes a sip from his red flask.
Well, that's what I was thinking, because this was big and mean and evil, so people might pay us because we killed it. But if they take it away from me, then they're going to try to get it instead.
That's the spirit.
After several minutes of walking into the middle of the city, you see a small grouping of guard heading in your direction, a bit of a hurried pace. In the midst of them, you do see Garrick Barton, and as he does approach, he does look at you, Shorty. What are you doing, carrying one of these things out in the open? You're gonna scare people, you're gonna cause a panic. Put that thing away! As he motions for a couple of the guard to cover the debris with a piece of pretty much scrapping of linen.
I thought I
Oh,
forgot
it's too
something.
small for my
Takes another
backpack.
drink. Yeah, I was thinking of covering it with a cloth or something. My bad. I was too drunk to remember.
What the blasted is happening? All of a sudden you're missing, shit's going down, especially with Leto Ironside's workshop. Come with me. And see that he is a bit upset right now. And he has kind of the guard to escort all of you towards the garrison.
Yeah,
Question,
well, yeah,
do you follow or do you wish to not follow? How do you react?
Well, best to go with him for now, in my opinion.
We'll go, or at least Shorty will. Like, just see what they plan on doing.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so he doesn't mention a word after the initial meeting. You do get to the garrison, and again, there's no like outward hostility towards you, but the guard are kind of on alert. Garrick is just really pissed off as you're taken to a side room. He does motion for once you get into this room, it's just him and the rest of you. He motions the guards to stand outside, and he kind of turns around to looking at all of you. What the blasted is happening? First we hear about the Crucible Guard at Alito's workshop, then a battle unfolding with some of the local thieves inside the city, then you leaving and now come back with a bone jack. What the hell is going on?
Well, first and foremost, the core you're after was not actually the core you wanted. It was a completely different one. It was, what was it called again? Is it Syntaxian core? Right.
Crixian.
It was a Crixian core. Attracted this thing. Well, the Jack. He pointed to Jack. It's still with us.
And also a couple of undead, but that's less of a threat.
What of Leto Ironside?
Dead.
Buried. Yeah. Buried him in a shallow grave off the side of. I give him the location because I marked it.
He was already dead when I got to him. Someone had attacked him and his apprentice while they were escaping with the core. They were on their way to their mine, which is why we left town, to follow them there. And we found the corpse of the apprentice who had managed to get into the mine before he expired.
My opinion is they're trying to get it away from this civilization as far as bloody possible.
What are the Cortex now? Is it still at the mine?
Destroyed.
We didn't take it with us? Like, out of character.
No, we didn't. We destroyed it and it got blown up.
Oh, right. We threw explosives at it. If there's anything left, it is buried under 100 feet of 100 ton of stone, but it should be destroyed.
You threw a grenade at it, so I take it the Cortex activated?
Yep.
It had already activated, then we threw the grenade.
Well,
Bashy
least you're
green
still here,
light
then.
drains life essence. Flashy green light drains life essence. Yeah, definitely a nasty thick score.
I've only encountered the Crixians one time in my service when I was in the military. It's a bad thing, bad thing. Ah, shit, this is not what I expected, what I planned. You seem kind of deep in thought for a couple of minutes as he's kind of just staring at the table, deep in thought.
Where did you plan on getting the original core? Where did you get the original core you're after from anyway? Who sent it?
Go ahead and give me a persuasion roll.
I have no skill in this.
You're the one saying it. Go ahead and roll it.
Oh fuck. So I'm just rolling an unskilled check.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what happens.
Well, no, you should have persuasion. Persuasion is a core skill everyone has.
Oh, okay.
Unless you removed it.
No, I haven't. Sorry, I didn't see it.
Yeah, roll it.
Okay.
Oh, we got a raise.
8.
All right. He will look in your direction. Well, I might as well say it now since you already gotten a little bit involved in this. Yeah, we found a bit of damaged material, military material on one of the old battlefields between the Khadorans and the Signarian military. It's standard procedure to send a bit of forces there to retrieve any loose material. End up finding a couple of unknown cortexes mixed in with the Signarian ones, thinking that this might actually be a bit of the Khadoran tech, trying to do a bit of persuasion of my own rank up into the fields here. Obviously, it's not Khadoran if this thing showed up.
And you're saying there could be more of them?
Well, the Crixians are drawn to battlefields. It's a way to bolster their armies, which is why we typically burn the bodies from an old battlefield if we come across them or if we know about them. The fact that this thing was there, I have no reports of any Crixian military or Crixian forces during this battle. Might have showed up before, might be an old battlefield that this thing was somehow left there. Typically, if Crixians are around, the bodies would come back to life, which is why we burn the bodies. Get rid of the skeletons needed to function. Well, my plan went completely up in flames. But at least you did a bit of service for us also in taking care of this matter. This mine that Ironside went to, I know of it. There was a collapse there about a year ago. About a dozen miners perished. It was deemed unsafe to dig them out for the fact that the rest of it might actually collapse. It was unstable, which is why he closed it off. If he went there, it might have been to bury the cortex if he realized what it was. This whole thing, not how I wanted to go out. Shit.
Well, we can. There is a way we can make it a bit better.
He looks at
We
you.
could say, well, it depends on what you want to do. You could pin the blame on you could say that you ordered us to hunt down don't listen to it. It was a stupid idea, but you could say you ordered us to investigate what you thought to be Crixian activities nearby, but I doubt that's any good. Would have made you look a bit better, but that's a terrible idea. I'm bad at this. I'm bad at thinking. Don't bother. I'm half drunk.
No. Actually, think of this as your first contracted agreement with Baines Market. If there's Crix around, I want you to find the rest of them. You consider yourself your charter signed right now. As he goes to one of the kind of like file drawers in his room, and he pulls out your charter for your company. We'll pay you well for this on behalf of Baines Market. And he goes down and he takes a currently burning lamp and he pulls out a wax seal and he stamps your charter, making it a legitimate charter for your mercenary company from here on out.
Hey.
Hey.
I think it's time to use that contact of mine and find out where we could we could learn some information on the Crixie and stuff. Maybe you'll be able to help us find out where there may be more.
If there was a
There's one
bonejack this far to the east from the coast, there's something drawing them here. Yes, this will be, if you accept, this will be your first contract. I need to figure out what's going on, why they're here. Is this something you would want to do?
Yeah.
I got this thing. I brought it all the way back. Is there a bounty for it?
For this bonejack here, I can give you a bit of coin. And if you discover why they're here, get me involved. I'll put in, let's see, one thing I gotta look up real quick. For this bonejack, and he hands you a. Actually, I'll just open the sheet. I'll open the sheet right now. There you go. Heart of Gold coins. 1,000
Bloody
coin
hell.
for this contract right here. If you want to accept it.
What a coin. I already have someone lined up who can help us.
Good.
I have lines.
Wait,
Go ahead.
this mission, it's too broad. I mean, we have no idea when we're ever gonna get paid. You can just say there's not enough. You want more.
Oh, then I'll take it to someone else then if you don't want it.
How about we get paid a small bill for every jack we find? Every cortex we discover, you pay us a little bit. This will be a permanent contract.
At -2, Moriarty, go ahead and give me a persuasion roll.
I would like to make the roll, however.
Roll. Oh, because you can't. Never mind. I gotta do it for you. Son of a bitch. I don't like rolling against myself. You need to get your ass connected to this damn game.
I still think we should take the deal either way. Something really important we should probably look into.
Benny, one Benny to reroll.
Benny to reroll.
Let's just break things.
Come on.
That's a 0. You got
You
3
have
more.
opened it.
Yep, let's use them all until I succeed. Or use them all and still fail all of them.
That's a failure.
That's a failure.
You got 2 more.
Yeah, let's keep going.
That's a failure. You got 1 more.
That's still a failure. Come on, let's do this.
What do you think?
Yeah, let's do this. Keep failing. Woo!
That's a failure.
Nice. All right, that's a failure. Woo!
No, we don't have. It's not something that's a regular occurrence, except for this. Contract stands. 1,000 coin. You figure out what's going on with these Crixians being here this close. Take it or leave it.
I'll take it.
I think that's a lot of money.
So,
Very well. Would you want to just know why they're here? Would you also want their location or what?
I want you to
Specifically,
discover why they're here and take care of it. Think of it as your reputation for your company on the line. You do a good job, people know you can take care of business.
Wait. Take care of it. We could be dealing with a whole army. We can't take care of that. Those are two separate
If
matters.
you can't take care of
Investigation.
this, what makes you think another employer is going to hire you?
What makes you think an employer would hire 4 men to accomplish something an army couldn't even do?
Again, take it or leave it.
Take it. I've got an idea.
Oh, we don't need to fight an army.
In any case, we don't know how many there are yet. We need to find out that first. So, yes, I'm in favor of taking it.
We can find out. We can find out if it's out of our pay grade. But even then, I've got an idea if it is out of our pay grade.
He quickly writes up the contract for this to find out why the Crixian are here this close from their own lands, and he has it chartered by your company, and he hands it back to all of you.
All right.
Shorty will pretend to examine the contract.
You might be able to get some forces from there if it really is a large-scale scenario. Hope not.
I don't think we have lots of people to deal with. There are lots of people.
That's why I'm gonna call in my contact here. You probably want to know about this as well, anyway.
How about we ask our friend, the leader of the thieves, Althulis.
You can go do that while I do this, then.
Yeah, we can go ask for different things. I'm going to ask him about the guns and stuff. Probably he'll know who sold them and whatnot. And you can ask about the mission.
All right,
He
real quick.
passes
It's
it.
just a pistol. There's nothing special about it.
Yep. It is just a pistol.
Yeah. Something you can just buy from a weapons maker in the city. There's nothing remarkable about it all. It's just a standard pistol.
Right.
All the same. Who's coming with me?
We're gonna go talk to nice people, right?
Nice, sir. That guy.
Depends on your definition of nice, but yeah, I guess you could say they're nice people, yeah.
Well, I'll
Bit
go
stiff,
talk
but
to
nice.
the not nice people.
You can always not talk to them. You can talk with your fists, which I'm sure you like.
Sometimes you need to.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so while Corvus is going to do that, Cal, what are you doing?
He's muted both headphones and microphone. Want to ping him?
Is he now? No, he's probably has something going on then. All right, in that case, we'll go ahead and just go with the contact a little bit. So, as you go, Corvus, to find your contact, he is an individual who works for the Church of Morrow, which is the state religion of Signar. So, get this real quick. So, his name is Church of Morrow. Church of Morrow. His name is Ransford Bergen. So, Corvus, you would definitely find this individual inside one of the churches within Baines Market.
He'll be pissed to see me again, but he owes me. And he probably wouldn't want to know about this anyway.
So,
Alright, then.
you make your way towards where you would know he would be at. Now, going with Corvus, Short, are you going with them?
Oh, I was planning to go with whoever was talking to the thieves.
Okay, so you're going with Morty. All right, so we'll go with Corvus. Okay, so Corvus, you head towards one of the churches, and inside you see that there is Bergen. Ransford Bergen is inside, and he sees you, Corvus. Ah, my child, what brings you? Are you ready to tell your sins to Morrow? He always listens.
Well, he kind of looks around, seeing if there's other people. I think this might be requiring one of the private rooms, my good sir. Confessional would be the easiest. It's kind of important, and I think it might insinuate some dangerous matters that I've recently uncovered on my new line of work. By the way, Corvus will toss him about he'll give his usual. He will give once again. He will give he'll give 40 gold to the church as a donation.
Morrow, thanks you, my child. If you want to speak, yes, please come. And he goes to one of the booths, do a bit of where they might do confession and whatnot. And as you go inside, he goes into the other. He opens, since it's not really formal right now, he does open kind of the way to look at each other, and he asks you, what do you need help with, Corvus?
We seem to have we've had a run-in recently. We've had a run-in with what is it called again? Crixian?
Yes, Crixian.
With a Crixian
You said it right,
Jack.
you said it right.
Yes, a Crixian Jack and a Crixian core, which we destroyed. We've been contracted by, what's the captain's name again?
Captain
Garrick Barton.
Garrick?
By Captain Garrick. Deal with the problem. Thought you'd want to know about it and see if you can offer me any aid or assistance in finding out where these things probably would lay hidden.
I don't really know matters of warfare, but having the Crixians so far away from their own dragon god does not speak well. They have to travel far. And to make a note, I'm going to show real quick the map again, because the Crixians is the green-esque land. So they are very far away. Typically, they're going to play most of the coast. It's not unheard of to go more inland, but to have them this far into Baines Market is interesting. So, back to the conversation with Corvus and Ransford. There have been battles here that has drawn them, large battles between the nations of Signar and Kador that drew them, which is why a lot of the bodies we don't bury, we burn them, so nothing's able to be brought back. But there are a large number of grave sites around the larger cities. The only thing I would think is possibly to raise them, unless there is another agenda. But even then, there are large graveyards further inland towards the nation of Crix. So why they would be out here, I guess the only place I could direct you to is what they would, for us, normally go after, which would be corpses. They are just about turning everyone to undead.
So, I missed that for a second. I got distracted. Can you tell me what you just said?
Check the graveyards. That's the only logical thing I would think of to see the Crixians so far inland. Where Crix would be, undead will be around as well as the dead.
Any tips for dealing with the undead and killing them quickly?
Just killing them quickly. They aren't going to be scared by anything. I mean, they're undead.
Could how would my talent? How well do you think my talents would match up with them?
Like I said, I've never been in warfare, so that I can't say, but they are an army, they are a force. So I'd imagine they would be equivalent to a soldier that never gets scared, never gets tired.
All right then. Thanks for the information. If you need, I just wanted to make sure you were aware of this, just so you could probably make preparations or something if something does go down.
I will make sure that any funeral services are dealt with in a different way right now. So thank you for bringing this information to me, Corvus.
All right then. Take care, good friend. And again, thanks for keeping my secret.
You're welcome.
Okay, well, I'm gonna head off for a bit. Take care. I'm not actually jumping off. I just gotta quickly do something.
All right. We'll now go to Morty and Shorty. Right. So Morty, you know how to get the attention. Do you remember how to get the attention of Arthulus and the Black Mass?
Yes, he ripped off a piece of leather from scrap from his jacket and tells us that if we tie it around somewhere else or wave it around and head to the market, someone's going to pick us up and lead us to it.
Okay. So you take that same cloth, you tie it around your arm, and you go to the market with, I imagine, Shorty, you're following?
Aye. So standing, kind of just behind and to one side.
Okay.
Bodyguard.
All right, so you go to the market, Morty, and after a few minutes, I would say, you hear a man that is a beggar on the side near one of the market stalls. Can you spare a coin, good sir? And it's kind of put into your direction, Morty.
Can you open my inventory? I actually don't remember. Or do I have any coin? I think I have some.
You have over 200 coin.
Okay, so how poor does he look?
Not poor at all. He looks poor, but he has underneath very, very well hidden, not poor garments. He has kind of black leather, and you do see that he has tied around his arm, kind of well disguised, is a black scarf that one would cover the mouth with, given their name.
Gotcha. So I'm just gonna say to him, sure, I'll give you a coin if you bring me to him.
Easy enough. He takes the coin, pockets it really quick, and he kind of just ducks into the alleyway that he's next to for you two to follow.
Shorty, let's go.
Alright, we're going.
Yep. Down the rabbit hole.
As you're going, you go through a couple of alleyways that twist and turn. You can't really get a good, clear place of where you're going, but eventually you get to a door, and this individual walks up to it. He raps on the door in a not normal type of coordination. You know it's a signal. A moment later, the door opens up, and he steps inside for you two to enter. And inside, you see there is looks to be a small kind of warehouse, although it is really, really empty right now, and only enough to maybe hold enough for maybe an individual to, kind of like in a poor scent. It's not really, really large, but you see that along the wall, currently with a box open next to him, is Arthulus. So, what can I do for you? Didn't expect to hear from you so soon. Although, word gets out pretty fast that you already have a name for yourself. And already the lapdog to the captain, I see.
I wouldn't say lapdog, but we're out of options. tight competition. Well, we've got a few questions that perhaps you can help us answer.
And that being.
Well, can we first get a seat?
He looks around, there's no chairs.
Oh, sure, standing will do. And then I'm gonna walk closer to him, and then I'm gonna say, we recently, found something interesting. Crixian.
That kind of raises
And,
his eyebrow.
yeah. Have you heard anything about, these things? Anything from your couriers?
No, there's not been any inside the city. We would definitely know because people would scream in bloody panic. And we are very, very far away from Crix.
That is true. Well, I'm sure you know about Mr. Garrick's, his endeavors, what he usually does. You've got eyes around the city. So, do you know who might have leaked this? Because, obviously he has no idea the contents of the package he's looking for, but, someone delivered it. Do you know who that might be?
I just know that Leader Ironside took a parcel off of one of the old battlefields. That's what I was after. Supposed to be wealthy.
So lead notes about it. Huh. Well, unfortunately that pile of wealth is under another pile of useless rocks. Um, Out of character, what am I missing? Because I actually a bit lost. Any hints, guys?
That depends on what you're trying to find or get or do. I don't know why you're going to talk to him.
It's because he has underground connections, and I actually want to learn more about who might be delivering these. And is there any traders who might be kind of sort of connected? You know, like helping the Crixans get these cortexes into mainland.
All right, well, if that's what you want to know, you can start by asking about where they come from.
Yeah, that's true. All right then. Okay, so, Lewis,
Yes?
do you know if there's any channels, uh, from outside into mainland, from Crix to mainland?
What kind of channels are you asking about?
Undetected ones.
You mean
The
for
ones
travel?
that no, for cargo.
No. Crix is the land of the dead, so there's no trade amongst anyone except for dead bodies that they take from everywhere else. Crix doesn't trade, it is a land of the dead.
Understandable. Do you know which ones that are suspicious? For example, they have been shipping in large containments, larger than usual containments. Their ships might look even heavier than they used to be. It's just unusual. Something unusual that they're transporting, not dead bodies.
Uh, well, for one thing, there's no river near here. We're not a port city. And any type of cargo that's been coming in, the nearest one would be from Port Bourne, but there's been nothing unusual about that.
Strange. How did they get in here? Huh. Do you know of any other transportation channels? Land? Air? Which is rare.
Yeah, can't air travel. It's not unheard of to have the Cricks this far inland, but it's always for a reason if they are. I mean, they're drawn to battlefields, but there's been more battlefields, just more ripe land to the east, the Gnarls as well as just the coastline. If you're
Well, do you-
encountering Cricks this
Mhm.
far to the east of Signar, it's for a specific reason.
What might that be?
I don't know. I didn't even know there was Cricks near here until you're bringing it up right now.
Hmm. Well then, can you at least help us get some information on that? We can probably buy it from you, if that's what you like.
I swear I could work a deal with that. I will have some of men to keep a peculiar ear out.
Thank you. You guys don't have to solve this or anything. Not that you guys would want to, but just help us find out locations and stuff like that, and we'll do the rest. Thank you.
He nods his head towards you, Morty.
All right then. So yeah, if you've got any information, we'll see you next time, and I'll bring the payment. And bye.
He doesn't say goodbye to you, but he does let you leave.
Okay, so Shorty, let's go. I'm gonna kind of.
All right.
Shorty,
Shorty nods. He'll walk out with you.
gotcha. Oh, by the way, Paul,
Yes.
is it possible for me to memorize the route we took? Or is it possible for everyone to memorize it?
It is possible to try to bring it up later on if you want to.
Gotcha. Yeah, later on I'd like to try to map it out. See if I can.
Gotcha. So as that's been going on, Cal, what about you? What have you been doing? Is Cal here?
Sorry, I had to restart my PC. Basically my keyboard stopped working. I had to restart it.
Uh-oh. Alright, have you heard what's been going on?
Yeah, I was here with when Moriarty was talking with the leader of the thieves, and I was here when Corbett Bordat was talking with the priest. If anything has happened after Morty finished with the thief, then I haven't heard that.
Pretty much they happened at the same time, so you have to pick one or the other. But our information has been essentially exchanged, so if you want to be doing something else, essentially, is what I'm asking. If you're having your own agenda you're pursuing.
Probably not, honestly.
Okay.
Maybe restocking on grenades.
Oh, Cal, by the way, you know we can still talk to Constance, right? I mean,
She is now
she's
a
like,
NPC inside the
Yep.
your place.
Yeah, we can still interact with her, ask her about like
Mechanical shit.
the progress on the blueprints and stuff like that. See if we can build our own Jack. Fun stuff.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
All right. And so with that, all of you can meet up at your logical place. And so we will go ahead and actually do that right now. And then we can discuss further ideas, further plans on how to progress forward. If I can find the map real quick. Where's that? There it is. All right. So let's go ahead and pop all of you.
Just see Corvus kind of having a nap, a drunkenly nap for a bit. Ugh. Yeah.
I think we are.
Well, yeah, I do believe so. Unless what is here? Can anyone really truly say that they are here? We can only perceive that we are. But are we actually here?
Bloody smart mouth. Anyway, my contact says we should check graveyards or mass burial sites. Those kind of areas.
Good idea.
Sounds like a plan, yes. We could also try to track down the bone. After all, it did attack us in a mine. I mean, it came from somewhere. With a thing of that weight and that distinctive leg shape, following its track shouldn't be
Well-
too difficult.
We could actually. I mean, I know a tracker, but we'll have to pay her, and I'm probably gonna have to pay her this time, aren't I?
But other after I can give it a shot, yes.
Good thinking, Cal. Maybe we can narrow it down. Target the graveyards near the mountains, especially near the mine shaft, because that's where the corpses were reanimated, right? Even without the Crixian core, they were revived by some magical source. So we can narrow it
Out
down.
of character, we don't necessarily know that.
Wait, I thought we established that in character, Paul.
Sorry, I was doing the little text. What was the discussion part?
No, the question was that do our our characters know that the corpses were not animated by the destroyed cortex?
Don't know.
We don't know. Okay.
So the thing is, you didn't hear him before. Maybe you didn't hear him because you weren't paying attention enough to it because you never investigated the southern mine shaft initially. You just know that as you were resting, getting healed, and getting rid of the fatigue, and then when you went to investigate the southern mine shaft, is when you heard the noises, which is where there were a round dozen destroyed undead bodies coming towards you, which was collapsed by Shorty's cannon. And told to you by Garrick that there was a collapse about a year ago.
A year ago.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, I guess then scratch that. Forget about it. Well then.
I am going to go
Oh,
by the
let's-
common knowledge rule, though. I will say this. It is logical to think that the bodies, if they were not awoken, it takes magic to animate a body. Most likely,
Sure.
they're animated by the cortex.
Right. I would like to try that. See if I can make that logical jump.
I just period said it, so yeah, it is.
Oh,
That's the best
oh,
logical
okay.
choice you could come up with, is that they're probably animated by the cortex. Because bodies just don't come up by their own for no reason, so.
That's true.
Because there'd be no
but,
graveyards around, so.
But wait. One thing though. You said the door was nailed shut. So so the mine just became their burial ground. But then, if it's nailed shut, is the person who closed it aware that they would come back alive? That's why they sealed it away, or did they just close it and they have no idea that this would come back?
Well, you could ask him if he was still alive.
That's true. He's at. We can bring the. Is the wrecked Bonejack still with us?
They're
Or did
not
we
going to let
drop
you
I
keep that,
believe
so
we,
no.
I believe we turned it in for
Yeah,
money.
they would not let you keep that, so.
Sad. All right then. You guys want to check up with Constance, see if she found anything interesting?
Oh, right here as well before we go do anything else. Hey, Constance, have you had any luck with the work on the material?
Blasted thing is just too much of a headache. I've been trying to fix things here, look at this new guild hall we have here, and take care of everything. It's just been a headache. Nothing but a headache. But what exactly are you wanting to look at the blueprints for?
Oh, well, why did you want that? I'll turn to Morty.
Well, we are a established group right now, so we might probably need a jack to do some of the heavy lifting. No offense, Shorty, but some might just be too large for you to lift.
I don't believe that's true.
I mean, I've tried to build a warjack. I know I mentioned this before, but to even make one again, or even get the one I had before, I still need to get the materials for it. We can buy one, or I can try making one. Don't know how well that's going to work though. But I can't make one happen out of thin air.
That's true. Well, with the pile of paperwork we got from from Ironhide's workshop, did you find any blueprints and stuff that you can, take inspiration from?
Leto Ironside, he wasn't a Cortex manufacturer or even designer. I can tell by everything he's been doing, and she kind of rolls out a bunch of sheets he's been looking at. He was trying to find a way on best to repair a Signarian Cortex, which is what you got. What did you find the Cortex? Can I work on it?
I don't think you want that one. It was a Crixine Cortex. We got our first contract put on the table for.
Yeah, we almost died from that, so you might not want to work on it.
Well, especially since we don't have it anymore.
Well, then this is useless, and she just kind of throws up her arms in frustration.
Well, that will have to be on hold. So besides blueprints, anything you found useful dug out of the pile? Any stuff, for example, he might have left other of his treasured items?
I have some schematics for some. What's the word I'm looking for? Arcane mechanic weaponry. He was designing a rune plate that had a bit of a electrical charge field. I could try starting work on that, but it won't be cheap.
A rune plate?
Yes, yeah. So, with the technology we have now, special material, she realized she's speaking to you, Shorty. We take magic and combine it with a rune plate. It's a sheet of metal. She showed you a sheet of metal. Magic, sheet of metal, she slaps her hands together. Rune plate. Put the rune plate onto a hammer, and she looks at a hammer, and she slaps a piece of metal onto the hammer, and now hammer, electricity, bang, as she slams the table.
Hey,
But expensive.
Oh.
what if you I got an idea, but stupid one, but no. She kind of thinks, well, I guess if everyone else knows, could the magic you use be related to my talents?
No. When a arcane mechanic makes an arcane device, it has to be from magic they know.
Oh.
Or
See.
you buy a rune plate that someone else has made. If someone has your type of magic, or if you learn how to do the process, you can put your magic, but I would not recommend that.
She is not aware of his magic yet, though.
Okay, well then she doesn't say that part, but she says a plate needs to be made by a arcane mechanic that already knows how to do that type of spell or magic.
Alright then. That's interesting to know. Well, guys, I guess we can't have red-colored mechs. Would have been great and would have fit our fame and everything, but oh well.
Well, don't throw away the schematics if we find a damage. If someone is selling off damaged Signarian cores, then we can probably buy them and you can help repair them.
Well, you can buy
I
a
thought
Cortex.
they were illegal.
You can buy a Cortex for a Laborjack. We can buy a Laborjack right now if we have the coin for it. They're going to be. I have to look up the actual prices for it, but we can buy a Cortex and full Laborjack. They themselves will be strong enough for fighting. Obviously, you don't go against a Warjack, but even a Laborjack is going to be 800 pounds of steel and metal swinging at you. It's still going to do something.
And if nothing else, we should keep these schematics, even if we cannot use them. We can always send to Ord or Kador or Lael. They would all probably be interested in the makeup of Signarian Warjacks to help counter them.
Very true.
We don't have
Don't
a
we
Warjack.
work for the Signarian military right now? Don't we have a Signarian contract?
Well, right now, yes. I'm talking about the future when we're no longer working for the Signarians. You never know which side you'll be working for.
I
it's the useful data to have.
do know by I was looking up while you're off getting the Cortex. We have a contract with Signar right now, which means we can't divulge any Signar secrets until after our contract is finished for a certain number of years, or we break the contract, and then that is bad.
Wait, are you still talking as Constance or like
Yes.
or DM? Oh,
It kind of a
Yes.
mix of two. I'll put it that way.
uh-huh.
And an NDA agreement is part of a.
Yes. If we tarnish that, most places won't probably hire us. We can do that, but as we are with once we're contracted with a region, we're kind of bound to keeping their secrets for the time being until we're done with that contract. If we go to Ord is completely neutral, then we can, but if we tarnish the reputation, the charter that we have for Signar, we will never get a Signarian contract and never even be hired by Signar ever again. And on top of that, even other organizations will know we're not trustworthy. So, kind of have to play by the
Well,
rules.
if that is a part of the contract, it is a part of the contract. Yes, fair enough.
Well, we'll not break
If
the contract.
nothing else, to study it, you never know what face one in the future. To know how it works, at least know how to
Absolutely.
break it after all.
I mean, if the Khadorans pay more and we go there, it might be useful to know how to fight a Signarian warjack. Don't want to say that too out loud, though.
Of course not.
Anyway, Corvus kind of as he walks. So anyway, I'm gonna go grab a drink for the night because I think we'll be finishing up soon, aren't we?
Yeah,
That's
we're getting
my
close to
character.
end time. Yeah, we're getting close to end time.
Oh yeah, as he opens the door and leaves. Oh, the others know by now, so I might as well tell you. I can kind of do blood magic, and he kind of shuts the door and leaves.
One has to wonder how he managed to have a contact in the Church of Marrow. As far as I'm aware, they hate them in magic users. Oh well, now I suppose I'll have to cajole that story out of him later.
That is quite unusual.
He's
in
a
any case,
weird
I'll-
man.
Well, I would like to get something to drink. I think I'll call it a night here. I'll have to head out early tomorrow before the trucks disappear, so I can start tracking down the Bonejack.
Corvus is heading out to hang out with his drinking buddy, Isleen. He'll beat her this time. Do I have to spend any money for carousing, by the way?
Spending time for carousing. In this case, just the standard affair of food and drink, if you so wish.
Okay, how much is that?
Well, a standard luxurious feast is 25 gold. If you want to
Okay,
get just
I'll
a
just-
beer, though, it's 1 gold coin per bottle.
Okay, I'll just go 5 gold scenario.
Okay, so you're getting yourself nice and happy, carousing,
Yep.
getting to know the people, the locals.
Yeah, how do you think he gets all these contacts?
That's one way to do it.
You just get really fucking drunk.
You have drinking buddies all over Cayenne. Every city, every country, you know a guy. Even in
Oh,
Crick,
God.
you know some
It's a man
people
with
with
knowledge.
drank next to
Make friends with everyone.
Except for very specific people.
All right, so you know what? I'm gonna say this, just because this would be a natural conclusion point, and the fact that Murray's not even here, and we don't have a player. It'll give me some time to build up these leads we have right here. I'll also make some other contracts that we can pursue with, and I think I'm actually gonna call the session here. So we only would go for about 10 more minutes.
Remember,
Sounds good.
Corvus used to be in a circus, so it's highly likely. Your conclusion is
Yep.
highly likely.
All right, so we're calling the game here.
Sounds like a plan. So, unless I'm mistaken, is this an advanced